Hey there, this is Jessica, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Let's talk morning routine. Do you already have a morning routine? Maybe you already have something wonderful in place that makes you just want to jump out of bed and get on with your day, and you're so energized. If that's the case for you, maybe go check out one of my videos about trusting the Lord or decluttering or something like that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. That might be rude. This is more of a beginner video for creating your morning routine. How did I start a morning routine? Well, number one, I keep it very, very simple. I started with really one thing on my list. I needed something that would take me from being asleep to being awake and wanting to stay up and move on with my day. I'm not one of those jump out of bed people. What is the thing that I chose? For me, it was prayer time. Prayer time for me was that thing that really helped me transition from being asleep to being awake. Because, when God's talking to you and you're talking to God, you're going to wake up pretty fast. But I would actually set a timer. So just to get used to praying, and then it got longer and longer over a period of time. And so just to kind of build up that muscle of praying. And then also, along with that, after a while, I started adding Bible reading to my morning routine, and I started a Bible reading plan. And so I stacked those two things together. So then I was sitting at my desk for a little bit longer. I still incorporate what I call God time in my morning routine, which brings me to my next point about creating a morning routine. I'm someone who doesn't like having to think, oh, I have to do this every single day, or so my routine is one where I can kind of pick and choose between. I have four things now that I do, but that has developed slowly over time where I stack another piece of the routine on, and then that's feeling pretty well set, and then I'm stacking another piece of the routine on. So if for some reason I needed to eat breakfast first and I didn't get to God time or whatever, I can really just kind of rearrange those items in the morning. And I kind of already talked about my third point, which I chose some things that I would naturally do in the morning to help me start my day, but kind of formalize them a little bit and calling it my morning routine. So my morning routine is very simple. Four items, like I said. I like to eat breakfast. I like to have God time, which Bible reading, prayer, anything connecting with God, and morning tidy, which we'll get to in just a moment, and also getting ready. So those are the things that I like to do. Not necessarily in that order. Sometimes I might get ready first, or sometimes I might read the Bible first. Sometimes I might eat breakfast first. It really doesn't matter to me. Are you like me? Do you like to write lists down? I still like to write paper lists. I know a lot of people are getting into writing lists online. I looked into that a bit. There's something for me about the act of writing that helps solidify things in my mind, and I feel like I'm working with it more. And so it's like now I have it in my mind what I'm going to do after I write it down for some reason. I know there's scientific studies on that, but that's what I like to do. I just have like a simple little notepad. I like to write a daily to-do list most days, and I always include my morning routine under my to-do. So I have God time, breakfast, morning tidy, and get ready. So that is that simple. But once I've completed those four activities, now I'm ready for the day. I could leave the house if I needed to or wanted to. I could do whatever, and I'm feeling better, and now I can move on with my day. So I would encourage you to think about, if you have not started a morning routine, think about what do you naturally do in the morning to start your day off? And are those items working for you? Are you at the end of your morning routine? Because we all kind of have one. Do you have energy for the day? Do you have a good energy? Do you feel like you've connected with God? Do you feel like you've maybe heard a direction from Him for that day, or something to focus on, maybe a piece of scripture or something like that to really meditate on throughout the day? All of that really helps me to be able to move on with my day. And so if the afternoon scaries try to come, I've already connected with God and I already have, heard from him in his word, or he's spoken a word to me or something like that. And that really, really helps me through my day. Also making sure you get that nourishment, because if you're kind of prone to um, anxiety or depression or fear, um, a lot of times it's not helpful if if we're hungry or undernourished. So nourishment really helps as well. So those are some great things. And then just the act of, getting ready, getting dressed, putting your shoes on, even if you're just at home. I heard someone talk about that a while back. She puts her shoes on even if she's just going to be at home all day, but it helps her have the energy she needs, and just something in your mind telling you, "Oh, I'm up now. I'm ready. Let's go." So now, as promised, I want to talk about the morning tidy portion of my day. So morning tidy to me is quick. It is making sure that the main areas of the house are clean and presentable, but also not just the main area, but also our bedroom, our main bedroom. I always make the bed. And I know some people might disagree with this. That's kind of a polarized thing, making the bed every day. Well, I'm one who really appreciates a made bed. And I didn't always, like growing up and even into early adulthood, I didn't always make my bed. I didn't really appreciate it, but now I do. I just love it because the bed is like a large portion of most of our bedrooms. And when the bed is made and uncluttered, most of the room is already presentable and really good looking. And so when things are clean and picked up, it just lets our minds know, hey, you're safe. There's nothing that's going to come and jump out at you. You don't have to, so you're safe. And so that really, really helps. I make the bed. I make sure that our kitchen is looking presentable. And to me, that means if let's say I started the dishwasher the night before and now we have clean dishes in the dishwasher, put those dishes away. And then whatever dirty dishes you have in the sink, your morning dishes, then you can put those in the dishwasher. And then throughout the day, your dishwasher is ready because there's no clean dishes in there anymore. That you can start putting your dishes in. Now, if you don't have a dishwasher, you would do the same type of thing, but you'd be washing the dishes. And you can wash them throughout the day if you're at home most of the time. If you're not, then you just put it into your evening routine and your morning routine to do those dishes. But anyway, enough about dishes. I like to make sure that things are picked up in the living room and stuff like that. Now, on other videos, you'll see coming up, and videos I've already done, you'll get a good idea that I've already really delved into the act of decluttering and organizing. Now, I have more to do, but we've already decluttered quite a bit of our possessions from a few years ago, and I talked about that in my last video. And so it just makes the morning tidy so much easier, and so much easier to keep tidy. There's just fewer items to have to put away and to manage. But I really like the house to be looking quite tidy, and then I can get down to what I need to do for the rest of the day. And then the get ready part of my day, I think is pretty explanatory. You get dressed, shower, brush your teeth, all those things, whatever you need to do to get ready for the morning. That's the cool thing about the morning routine. It's whatever works for you. So, like, make it a goal. We can make it a goal to keep it simple. What gives you energy to get up in the morning and to be awake and present and connected and ready to go about the rest of your day? That's really the whole point of a morning routine. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so glad we had a moment to chat. If this video helped you, please like it. Please also comment. If you already have a morning routine that you love, please help us out and write down what you do every morning. If you're just starting out, maybe you don't have a morning routine, or maybe you're just starting out with one thing. What is that one thing? Let's celebrate every win. And if you're like me, kind of maybe middle of the way, my routine is probably not all the way set. I realize I don't have movement in there yet, and that's something that I've kind of been looking at. I really do love it when people show up in the comments. And also, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in the next video. I love you. Bye.